As we rush back to Prinny, Merrin and Corrin beat each other up so they can have their C-rank bond conversation, and for Merrin to inherit Draconic Hex, which I forget to equip, while Louis and Ike maximize their bond with each other. I switch over the Awakening emblem from the Stiletto onto Merrin's Silver Dagger, and I purchase a new Freeze Staff that I just toss into the convoy. As for the bond conversations, Louis is saddened by the terminus of Clan and Alfred's workout sessions, but is overjoyed by the fact they're just looking for new workout partners, expanding the scope of his observation operation, and heartily supports their new endeavour. Fogado asks about Alchrist's childhood, a childhood with constant comparisons to his older brother, though despite that, Fogado can see the kind soul that Alchrist is, causing Alchrist to panic and apologise for dragging Fogado down. Tamara teases Panette about how she used to be, being quite the threatening ruffian before the two met. Despite that, the two love who they used to be and who they are now. Once that's all done, we finally make it to floor reports. Alir and Alfred are shocked by the raised buildings and coincidentally encounter Zephyr, Gris and Vale, the latter confused on what's going on, demanding who ordered this attack, before Zephyr reveals it was Vale's, compounded by Marnie's casual reveal of Vale's split personality. Because of Vale's reluctance to cause destruction, Zephyr, at the behest of Sombron, urged Vale's draconic tendencies which led to evil Vale's awakening, rubbing in how she's unintentionally fighting her other self. This is enough for regular Vale to lose control, and for evil Vale to reawaken, commanding the hounds to prepare for battle, and mocking her other self's friendship by disingenuously apologising for her actions. Additionally, despite having been digested by the Fell Dragon, Hyacinth joins the fray in corrupted form, to serve as evil Vale's revenge and punishment for Ivy's transgression in Chapter 11. And now we get to this 6v6 emblem team deathmatch, featuring Team Divine Dragon at the bottom right of the map, boldly fielding 12 units, though knowing their track record, it might just be enough to win. The emblems in their possession are Lynn, Lucina, Ike, Byleth, Corrin, and Erica, whilst the opposing Team Fell Dragon have Celica on Gris, positioned to the northeast, Roy and Micaiah on Marnie and Morvier to the west, and all the way northwest with Marth, Sigurd and Leaf are Vale, Zephyr, and Hyacinth. For now, let's return to Coach Prinny and see how preparations are going. It's Professor, but whatever. Goldberry is benched for Tamara and is given Ike. Merrin is given Erica, Fogado takes Lucina, Louis has Sharina S, and Rosado holds Grail S. The spirit dust that we got last map is fed to Clan. Fogado gets the longbow we recently acquired from the Somniel well, plus Diamant's Killing Edge, and no major changes are made to the initial position, so let's get this battle started where we must defeat all 6 enemy commanders. Back to you, Announcer Prinny. Alright, it's time to start off this match with turn 1. Team Divine Dragon starts off strong, taking out the nearby opponents to their north, performing an early goddess dance to help eliminate them, and Panette sets up her illusions. Their remaining units, however, seem to be taking a defensive approach, with Fogado even setting up Bonded Shield for their physical tank, which seems to be worth it as Louis' speed is quite lacking. On the other hand, Gris is making an early misplay, getting baited by wasting Dark Warp on one of Panette's illusions. He didn't bring his troops either, which is quite the confident maneuver on his part. It's turn 2 and the Southwest Divine Dragon group clear out the Berserkers they baited, and as expected, their Northeast troops capitalized on Gris's blunder and absolutely obliterate the Masochist.
You're done for. Not done yet. Me too.
Exquisite. Delicious pain. Let's do that again sometime.
Despite this early momentum, Team Divine Dragon are going after the rest of Gris's troops for turn 3. Alir instructs his allies and they swiftly annihilate most of the northeastern units. Their other group continue their defensive approach with Tamara set as the lure and Fogado overlaying Bonded Shield, grabbing Marnie, Morvier, their troops, and a corrupted worm's attention. Leading us into turn 4, with Team Divine Dragon's northeastern squad heading west through the fire and flames, while their southern group pull back, ready to slam down Great Ether on turn 5, and no damage on Marnie despite Tamara's use of Ike's hammer. With that lackluster strike, it looks like Team Divine Dragon are opting to spread out and continue retreating down there. As for their other group, they surprise and eliminate what few units Team Felddragon have in the central zone, and it looks like Pinette's positioning is also intentional as she successfully baits away the worm from their southern allies. Oh, and here comes Marnie shooting her own lackluster strike with Blazing Lion to break Tamara, while Louis takes a hefty beating. And speaking of that, Coach Prinny, did you not invest in the resolve skill into Louis quite a long while ago? It's whatever. I did, but just like with Marin and Draconic Hex, it's a skill which I forgot to equip. And look into this crystal for me real quick. What? And it looks like Pinette's positioning is intentional as she baits away the corrupted worm, while Marnie and Morvier's troops keep dealing what chip damage they can. Time for turn 6, and Team Divine Dragon's North group have slowed down, opting to pull back from the corrupted worm. Aside from Jean, who boldly charges down to freeze Morvier, aiding the South group's continual retreat. Oh, and Jean survives the corrupted worm's fire breath thanks to the HP boost Emblem Current gives. And it looks like Marnie and Morvier's troops have now decided to split up, with Marnie continuing their chase and Morvier sending his cavalries northward. Already on turn 7, and the North group for Team Divine Dragon have fully retreated from the corrupted worm's range, and they've taken notice of Marnie and Morvier's split as Jean extends the scope of the flames below them with Vein of Flames. The group in the south are splitting up too, with Marin and Louis continuing eastward as bait, while the rest go up. And oh no, the bait strategy did not work out as intended, and Tamara heals up. And interestingly, Ivy warps up Louis in what seems to be a last-minute change in plans. And well, she is more of an enticing bait for Team Felddragon. And here we have Morvier leaving his own cavalry to their own devices, making Ivy's warp earlier a good call to keep him away from Louis. Turn 8, a few flames between the windmills have been extinguished, and now Team Divine Dragon's North team make a power play. Clan leads the charge, eliminating the last of Morvier's cavalries with the aid of Seedal and a Violet engaged Delir, while Pinette focuses down the corrupted worm. And what's this? Jean's going in for a kill steal, and it completely backfires literally. Coach Prinny is called for a timeout, and Pinette focuses down the corrupted worm, finally hitting level 5 in the warrior class and learns the Merciless skill, very fitting for her performance this season. She's also being refreshed so she can call forth her illusions to confuse the enemy, and Jean keeps Pinette topped up. Though it's not enough as Marnie strikes her with Blazing Lion and is followed up with a killing blow from one of their generals. She's also being refreshed, but wait, Jean is reigniting the ruins below them, and now Pinette puts her illusions in the flames, and Morvier falls for it, causing him to get isolated. And on turn 9, Pinette doesn't miss a beat and one-sidedly shreds him.
Allow me. Not done yet. You're ornery.
Alas. What more could I have done?
While all that was happening, the retreating Team Divine Dragon forces had fanned out, and Marnie continues splitting her thinned out units, and it's no surprise that she ends up mostly alone a bit into turn 10. Pinette is softening the last corrupted worm with Astrostorm, and here's Jean impeding Marnie's path with more fire. And it's made her give up chasing Tamara as now she's going after Louis. Oh, what's this? The rest of Team Felddragon's units have started to make their way to Team Divine Dragon, and I can see Coach Prinny there visibly sweating. If I had to guess why they've moved now, I'd say Pinette shooting that worm pissed them off. For turn 11, Team Divine Dragon are awaiting the final confrontation, having Pinette dispel her doubles so she can place them in a better position, and ooh dear. Oh, Panette has made a misplay there, as that puts Rosado in range of a Worm Slayer powered Blazing Lion, and there we go, right on cue. Having Panette dispel her doubles so she can place them in a better position. Whoa, had a bit of deja vu there. I could have sworn there was an Anna in the lobby enjoying a boost in their Worm Slayer sales. And what? It's already turned 12? Ah, shoot. Well, looks like Team Divine Dragon have changed their minds and are pulling back, most likely setting up a choke point between the windmills, and Jean igniting the path behind them to help his team set up. And poor Fogado, Zephyr's movement is so high that he's been isolated at the harbor. He won't be seeing any action anytime soon. Ah, and here we go. Zephyr flies over the flames and overrides through Alcreston Clan. Although in this situation, it's the same sort of misplay her teammate Gris did, as once we get into turn 13, she's in range of getting bullied by almost all of Team Divine Dragon's units, like they're showing right now. Though surprisingly, Zephyr is still standing and completely surrounded, but unsurprisingly, she's finally slain by Panette on turn 14, who gets her third commander kill this map.
You're quite strong. Armed like this, and yet I did not win.
Jean reignites the terrain again, though that's not stopping the nearby cavalries from getting back at him. And Hyacinth as well as Vale have decided to take the long way round. Probably a good idea, as Jean doesn't seem to be stopping the arson soon, which is not boding well for Fogado on turn 15 as he's still stuck at the harbor, and I don't blame him for staying away. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Divine Dragon have finally taken down the tenacious Marnie.
I'll help! Beaten by a bunch of weaklings. No fair, no fair, no fair!
Team Fell Dragon continue their slow approach, and Jean now repositions the Vein of Flames to delay Hyacinth and Vale this time on turn 16, giving his allies time to deal with the foes to their west. Hyacinth has joined the action, while Vale has gone back around, so Jean can't slow the remaining Team Fell Dragon commanders. But for turn 17, Jean is keeping the flames on Hyacinth. Panette crushes the remaining Team Fell Dragon cavalries, Alcus crits away one of the generals, and Louis stands in front of him to keep Hyacinth from effectively using quadruple hit, though that doesn't stop the use of the Master Lance. And here comes Vale unleashing Lodestar Rush to break Panette, though considering the pattern of how the Fell Dragon commanders have been defeated after they use their engage attacks, yeah, there goes Vale's Revival Stone on turn 18. Oh wow, Panette flexes with a point-blank Astra Storm. It doesn't kill Vale, but she is just one perk away from being eliminated.
It's not possible. How could this happen? I promise you will not survive our next encounter.
Well, at this point, Hyacinth's demise is settled, so let's fast forward to Team Divine Dragon's victory.
If I may. Me too. You're ornery. I don't play nice.
I cannot accept this. The moment I slipped into the Fell Dragon's thrall, my fate was sealed. Ivy, Hortensia, I'm sorry. Know that I love you both. Illusia is yours to lead, and yours